Hello, my name is Jamie Murphy and I'm the pastor of Grace Baptist Church in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is this year's host city for the Southern Baptist Convention this coming June. I want to thank you for volunteering to be an usher. I also serve on the local encouragement team for this year's convention, which is the team that works with the executive committee to help organize the convention, especially when it comes to recruiting volunteers, and my job is to organize and recruit ushers. So again, thank you for serving. The purpose of this video is going to be to give you all of the information that you need to be able to complete your responsibilities as an usher successfully. Let me first give you some general information. First of all, as you already know, the convention is being held at the Indianapolis Convention Center in downtown Indianapolis. Now, something to note about the convention center here in Indianapolis is it does not have a large parking lot as many convention centers do. And so you will have to find your own parking through the various public parking in the area, including many different parking garages. I'll have more information on that in just a moment. I would encourage you to get on the internet and look at usbcannualmeeting.net. And on that website, you will also find an app that I would encourage you to download that will give you all the information that you need regarding this year's convention. Now, concerning parking, there are two websites that I would recommend you visit. One is downtownindy.org/explore/parking. The other is gate10events.com. This will be where you can find any information concerning parking, and you might even be able to book a parking spot ahead of time before coming into town. There will be limited parking reimbursement for this event. We are able to reimburse people $20 per day per car for public parking. This does not include hotel. If you're staying at a hotel and the parking is included in your hotel, you cannot be reimbursed for that. But if you have to secure public parking in one of the public parking places in Indianapolis, you'll be able to be reimbursed $20 per day per car, not per person. Now, Indianapolis public parking can be expensive. So one of the things that we recommend you do is carpool if at all possible. That way those riding together can share the cost in addition to the reimbursement. The other thing you may want to do if you live in the Indianapolis area and you're able to is to actually have someone drop you off at the convention center before your session begins and then pick you up after it is over to help you save cost in parking. When you arrive, you will check into the volunteer room, which is room 141, and will be located directly outside of the main meeting location for the convention. You'll need to be in room 141 30 minutes prior to your assigned session. On the app or on the usbcannualmeeting.net website, you will find a schedule of all the activities for the entire week for the convention. If you are a voting messenger for the convention, we encourage you to register and get checked in as soon as possible so that when the business comes up in the meeting, you'll be able to vote there while you're also being an usher. If you are not coming as an official messenger and just a guest of the convention, we still encourage you to register as a guest because the convention likes to make note of how many people are involved in each year's convention. When you arrive to the volunteer room, this is what you will receive. First, you will receive a vest and a badge that identifies you as a volunteer for the convention. You will also receive what is called a 90% card, which gives most of the information anyone will ever need to know for the entire convention. If anyone happens to ask you a question because they see that you are a volunteer, most of the information that they will need to know or that you will need will be on this card. You will also receive food vouchers. The amount of the food voucher and how many you receive depends upon the number of shifts you work. Basically, one shift allows you a $10 snack voucher. 2 shifts would get you two $10 snack vouchers and a meal voucher. On Tuesday, if you work all 3 shifts as an usher, you would get the 2 snack vouchers as well as 2 $20 meal vouchers. On Wednesday, the maximum number of vouchers is 2 $10 vouchers for snacks or 1 $20 meal voucher as well. These will be handed out when you arrive at the room. For parking reimbursement, there will be a form that I will fill out and hand to you if you need to be reimbursed for parking that you will then take to the office of the executive committee to be reimbursed for parking. You will also receive your assigned section, and these sections will be marked on the convention floor with stickers for you to find your location easily. And you will also receive a map which shows you where you are to be stationed. Let's go over the map for just a moment. If you'll look at the map, you will see the stage is located at the bottom of the map. You will see the entrance, which is the back of the room, of course located at the top of the map. One of your jobs as ushers, which I will explain in just a moment, is to collect any ballots that need to be collected during voting. There will be a drop-off location in the back of the room where you will drop off the ballots. You will never have to leave the room to take the ballots out of the room. You will also see that there are 8 major rows, numbered 1 through 8. In these rows, there are one section actually has 3, section number 5, 2 rows or 3 rows in section number 5 that have chairs in them, and then those are divided into a couple of different sections as well. So you will be assigned a spot when you arrive. For example, I may say that you're going to be assigned to section 6, row M, spot number 1. If you'll look at your map, you'll simply find section 6, you'll find row M, these will be marked on the floor. You will go down and find your spot at row 1, and then your section will be those chairs behind row 1 all the way up to where you see number 2. These will be assigned when you check in. Now, what exactly are your responsibilities as an usher? The primary responsibility is the collection of ballots during voting, which again are to be turned into the back of the room to an assigned area, and then for you to quickly return to your section in case there is another vote that will follow. The second main responsibility is to oversee your assigned section of seats. And you'll be looking for things such as medical emergencies, any suspicious activity, any improper behavior. Minor spills can be cleaned up by those who make the spill, or there might be some supplies available for you to help as well, but any major spills you may have to report, and any other needs or issues. When it comes to these oversight responsibilities, your job as an usher is really simply to report to your head usher, or what we might call your section leader. Those responsibilities I will explain in just a moment. When you are assigned these section of chairs, simply collect the ballots when asked to, take them to the back of the room, return quickly to your spot, and then as the convention goes on, be looking for these other issues in case there may be something that you need to report to the head usher. Now, some of you will be assigned to be a head usher, or what is called a section leader. You will be given a 2-way radio. You will not be assigned to a section of chairs per se. You will be assigned to an entire section. So there are 8 major sections. For each session of the convention, there will be an usher assigned, a head usher to each section, each major section. Your job is to take this 2-way radio, simply oversee your entire section, and if one of your ushers does have a problem or a dilemma or a question, they are to come and contact you. With that 2-way radio, you will be able to contact me, and then I will be able to contact any other needs or be able to get the assistance that you may need for any given situation. So if you're responsible to be a head usher, you will stand at the back of the room and oversee the entire session, making sure your ushers have everything that they need, and then communicating to me any other needs that might arise. Let me give you some additional information as well. First of all, wear comfortable, casual clothes to the convention. I would encourage you especially to wear good walking shoes. You will be able to sit down if you need to in your section. You do not have to stand the entire time. But there will be a good bit of walking back and forth, so comfortable shoes will be important. Even though it is warm here in the summer in Indianapolis, remember you will be inside in an air-conditioned building where it could be a little cooler, so keep that in mind. Again, if you see any suspicious activity, you will want to report that to a head usher. And if you are a head usher, you will then report that to me through your 2-way radio. There are no materials to be passed out unless approved by the SBC Executive Committee. If anyone were to ask you to hand out any pamphlets or flyers or any other materials, you should not do that unless it has been approved prior to the session beginning. If you see someone passing out materials to everyone in your section, that would need to be reported to a head usher. If there is a medical emergency, do not dial 911. There will be medical personnel in the building. You will need to contact quickly the head usher, who again will contact those who are needed in that time and who will be able to offer assistance. And then finally, please keep an eye out for and to help one another and to work together. Although you will be responsible for a section of chairs, you may want to look around as ballots are being collected to see if anyone else needs help collecting their ballots. Perhaps an usher that was working next to you for some reason had to leave for a moment, or for some reason could not attend that session when they originally thought they could. And we want to be able to help each other collect ballots or with any other needs that may arise. And so while you need to keep an eye on your section in particular, I would also encourage you to look around at others to see if anybody else might need help at any given moment. Let me also ask you to please keep recruiting for ushers. And again, the website here is made available. This is the website that you signed up to be an usher and the website that you can point others to be ushers as well. Wednesday is currently the greatest need that we have. We have about 80% of our usher slots filled for Tuesday, but only about 55% for Wednesday. So if you know of anyone in your family who's coming to the convention, anyone in your church, or even anyone across the United States who you know that's coming to the convention for any reason and might be available to help as an usher, please refer them to this website where they will sign up. Be sure that they mark that they would like to serve as an usher when the question is asked where they would like to serve. And then just as I contacted you, I will contact them. At any time before the convention, please feel free to contact me at the email address listed here, pastorjamiemurphy@gmail.com. Once the convention begins, I will have limited access to my email, but you are welcome to call my cell phone number, which is listed here as well. You can also call my cell phone number anytime before the convention. If I don't recognize the number and don't answer, simply leave a voice message. If you'd like to text me, that's also okay. Just simply give me your name, what your question is over text, and I'll be glad to contact you as soon as I can. Thank you again for serving at this year's Southern Baptist Convention as an usher. Again, if you need to contact me before the convention or even during the convention, please feel free to do so. And I hope that you'll be praying as we approach the dates for this year's convention as well. Not just all of the logistics that have to take place and come together, but all of the business that will take place at the convention, the discussions, the voting, the debate that even happens, that God would be glorified and that we would act in a way that would honor God as we conduct His business for His kingdom. I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks in Indianapolis.